are watching The Convo with Dr. Fridah and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversation that matter.
Wow. Good evening, how are you doing? It's another good Friday and want to welcome you to today's conversation. We are excited to come to you and we hope that we're going to learn together, we're going to interact, that we believe that the conversation we're going to have will be more beneficial to you. It's another day, we are really excited, we have a fantastic topic to discuss with you. And one thing I would love you to show us some love, like our video, share with your friends. You know, you can create watch parties, just let a friend know what is happening. We're going to be talking about consistency, and we have so much prepared for you, our personal experiences, and maybe something you could do to, improve on your consistency. Karibu sana, we are really excited to, have you, and it's a pleasure to have you. And we look forward to, for the next 30 or so minutes, we're looking forward to interacting and learning together. As always, I'm joined with my good friend, Doctor, and we are really excited to be coming together with you. Dr. Ali.
Yes, James.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How
Great. Good. Karibu sana.
Asante, James.
Yes. It's another Friday.
Yeah.
I think we should push our show from 7:30 to 8.
Yeah, we should.
Yes. And again, let me apologize. We're supposed to come to you at 7:30. We are not able to because of some issues we needed to resolve. But here we are, ready to lull with you. This is Convo, encouraging conversation that matter. Everything we discuss here is out of our own personal experiences, things that we are going through that we hope can be beneficial to you. So Fridah,
yes.
How has your week been?
My week has been good.
Yes.
I have been very busy,
yes.
But not as much as you.
Okay.
Not as much as you.
Yes.
And I was looking forward to this discussion today on consistency, because it's something I've learned over time, especially from you and Pastor Jeff.
Yes.
And through the week, something I've learned that is very important is that we need to take care of our bodies.
Take care of our bodies.
Yes,
very important.
Like last week, I got so exhausted because I was overworking. I was overworking, so I decided to take it slow. But then I realized by the time I decided to take it slow, my body was already so
exhausted.
Yeah, I was so exhausted. So if you don't take care of your body, it's going to slow you down just to make sure you notice that you're overworking it.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very important to rest, James.
To rest.
Yeah.
Sure. It's we are living in this body. There's nothing we can do if you don't take care of your bodies.
Yeah, I heard someone say the other day that your body is the house, the only house your spirit can live in.
Yes.
So you need to take care of it.
Yes, you have to. I think sometimes we are busy that we forget to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, we do.
We needed to replenish our energies. We need to, rest. We need to have enough sleep, because that's what you need for you to continue with maybe the tasks you're doing. If it's a job, you have to go to work, you have a project you're learning, you need the energy. If you don't take care of that body, that project you won't be able to. So what you're saying is very true. You have to take care of your body.
My dad tells me sometimes, Fridah, wachana na kazi haikuliwi na panya. Let's go and
leave
rest.
it. Sure.
Yeah, so it's very important to rest.
Yes, very important. So mine has been a good way, like you're saying. I've been busy, got really exhausted, but I'm thankful that I'm able to be here and do what we like doing, learning the show. Yeah. And personally, there's something I wrote about it. Was it yesterday? Yes. And it hit me very hard on discovering something about leadership. I know so many people call themselves leaders. Some are yearning to be in leadership positions. Yeah. And something that struck me that, it kind of brought a new world to look at what leadership is, and actually to, tell if someone actually is a leader.
Yes.
And say that a leader actually talk about politics, and say a politician thinks about the next election, but a leader thinks about the next generation. And I'm like, wow, that is huge. If you're not thinking about the next generation, stop fooling us. You're not a leader, you are a politician. That was huge. That was a huge discovery. So that everything I'm doing, if I'm not serving people, if I'm not thinking about the next generation, I'm just politicking. I'm not a leader. I don't qualify to be called a leader. Great.
That was huge.
That was huge. It's a huge discovery. So again, we want to take a very short break. Then we come back. Is it called dismantling or dissecting? Yes, that's the word, not dismantling. We dissect what we were to discuss today. And yes, so we're going to take a very short break, then we come back to you.
You are watching The Convo with Dr. Fridah and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversation that matter.
Karibu sana, welcome back again. This is Convo, encouraging conversations that matter. Now, consistency. When you think about consistency, what comes in your mind? And I've been thinking about my own life and what I've been able to achieve and what I've not been able to achieve. And there's one thing that everything boils down to: how consistent was I when I was starting? When you start something, especially it's January, everyone is up and about coming up with the New Year resolutions, things that you want to do. You're so much energized, you have your paper ready, you've written everything that you want to do. But it comes to around March, there, February, all the energy is gone, and you're wondering, what happened? You're not doing what you said you'll do. You killed it. You are now into something else. You are inconsistent. And you know what? Human beings are not known to be inconsistent. Human beings are known to be consistent. And so, anytime you feel as if it's too much, you want to drop and you want to pick something else. No, that is not being human. That is not being human. Fridah.
Yes.
Ever thought about that? It's not being human. Human being, the way we are made to be consistent.
Yeah, I think we are, because think about it. Even when someone is growing,
yes,
like say when a child is developing,
yes.
we have that stage after conception.
Yes,
the cells multiply to 4 cells,
yes,
to 8 cells. To, 32 cells, and
yes,
then it blows up into whole body organs and tissues and all that. So consistency is like something that is. It's meant for us.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, we were created to be consistent.
Yeah. And when we say like consistent, I think, for example, myself, there's a way I like my tea served. And I don't want to have it today, then tomorrow, a different thing. There's a way I want my tea every day served. My coffee, there's a way I like it.
Yeah.
That sort of consistency. There's something about you don't want surprises. Yes. Yesterday we were doing this, then tomorrow it's something different. Yes. We are made to be consistent. Yes. But Fridah, there's always a challenge, and that's why we wanted to, have this conversation. Where you start something, then the energy fizzles out. You're not pursuing what you started. It's not because you finished the project, but maybe because it became too tough for you and you dropped it. Or maybe things became so difficult, it got tough, or you didn't really have enough energy or courage to push on. So you drop it, and then you go and pick something else. Yes. And so, Fridah, what is challenge? Or maybe have you ever encountered inconsistency in your life?
A lot of times, James, yes. And I've had to learn consistency the hard way. Especially now, I would say, like being in school, I feel like I've been in school for forever.
Whoa.
I had someone say
that's now 5 years?
It's 5 years.
Yes.
And still counting.
Whoa.
It's been 5 years and still counting.
Yes.
I had someone say the other day they have been in school since they were 4 years old and they're exhausted. You know, it's true because
Yes.
it takes consistency to pursue something
Yes, yes.
that is meaningful in life.
Sure,
You know,
sure.
anything that is meaningful in life
Yes.
takes consistency. You know,
That's
you
true.
have to decide I have to be here.
Yes.
Because like now I have had times when I wanted to reconsider my choices because hey, it's taking too long to be a doctor, you know.
Yes.
But then I have to keep my eyes on the goal.
Yes,
I have
yes.
to keep my eyes on the prize. I have to know that I'm working towards this certain goal. I
Yes,
can't let
yes,
it go. If I
yes,
let it go, there is no achieving it, you know. So consistency is hard, particularly because people want things and they want them now.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think that is how most of us are. You want this thing and you want it now. I remember you wrote, sometime back you wrote about instant gratification.
Gratification. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
James, unajua vitu mingi.
Instant gratification. Man, you know, there's a study that was done. I don't know whether I think to bring this about something we call marshmallow.
Okay.
Marshmallow is more like a cake, very sweet. So it was given to some, it's just a test, and what these guys were doing, they went to a grade 1 kids, and they, you know, told them, now, so a teacher went to a grade 1 class and told them, now I have some marshmallows here, and condition, if you wait for me to come back, yeah, you can have 2, but if you can wait for me to come, you can actually have 1. It's a modern way, like let's say a cake, and everyone is yearning to like eat that cake, but there's a rule here. You wait for me, I come back, you can have a bigger chunk of cake, or 2 pieces. If you can wait for me, you can have this. And so they are kind of kids who did not have the, you know, the patience to wait for the teacher to come back, so they went and grabbed the cake and they ate. I'm answering the aspect of instant gratification, yeah.
Yes.
And so then there's some kids who are like battling with the, you know, like I want that cake, but they're battling, no, but I want 2 of them. So there's some group of kids who waited for the teacher to come back, and surely the giver gave them the 2 pieces of marshmallow. But the one who ate, they just ate that and all that stuff. Then they did another study after quite some time, when these kids have left, you know, they're in college and they're in universities, and they realize the guys who resisted the temptation to pick the marshmallow, who waited for the teacher to come back and pick to have the 2 marshmallows, became more successful. They were more organized.
Oh,
They were
really?
leaders.
Wow.
Yes. So there's a huge, you know, thing when it comes to instant gratification. You want that marshmallow, that 1 marshmallow now. You don't want to wait for the 30 minutes the teacher has to go.
Yeah.
Taking back to instant gratifications.
Yeah, it reminds me, sometime back I was arguing with one of my mentors.
Yes.
And I was telling them I feel like it's taking forever to, you know, finish this course and get
Yes.
a degree.
Yes.
And they were telling me if you took an easier course, like say something to do with arts,
Yes.
something that would have taken say 2 years, how many degrees would you be having by now?
Oh.
And I told them probably 6.
Yes.
But then he was like, you know, that 1 degree you're working towards,
Yes.
once you get that 1 degree,
Yes.
it's going to be worth more than those 6 degrees combined.
Sure,
you see?
sure, yeah.
So I think what you're saying about instant gratification is true. Yes.
It's like we need to be, and actually when you actually mentioned, I had not thought about instant gratification, but there's still the truth that if you're not consistent, it's because you are looking for short-term gains rather than looking for the long-term, you know, kind of gains. You want results now. If not now, it's never. And what happens is, I read your article yesterday,
Yeah.
talking about what are you building?
Yes, yes, yes.
Are you building you call it a coop?
a chicken coop?
A chicken coop.
Yeah.
That's a new word.
It's a chicken house.
Or are you building a castle? And you said that it's so easy to build a chicken coop.
Yeah, you don't even need to think about it. You don't need to invest a lot.
Yes, yes.
You don't even need to have a plan
Yes.
written down.
And all that. It's very easy to, you know, build a chicken coop. But building a castle, it takes time.
It takes time
and commitment and resources.
And resources.
You know,
yes.
and willpower and courage and, you know, bravery. And we were answering the fact that instant gratification is because you want that castle very fast. When I tell you the process of building that castle, you're not willing to go there, work.
Yeah, you're not willing to submit to the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so if you're not getting the result, you kill it.
Yeah.
You go to something else hoping that it's better.
Yeah.
And sometime back I shared something on if your work is going online and getting new better eggs, you never have chicken.
Hey, okay.
Yes, because what happens is that you go out there online, if your chicken is hatching, it's brooding, brooding, and it has some eggs there, then you're leading online, and then you realize that there's some better eggs online that are being sold. What happens? You come and remove these eggs, the chicken is brooding, and you go and bring now these new eggs. Then again, you're not willing to pay the price where you have to, of course, maybe if it's eggs, the chicken was brooding 10 days, you come and remove them, then you put another 10 days. So at the end of the day, you realize that you'll not be able to achieve what you're looking at because you are not willing to, you don't understand whatever you are looking at the end, the result require a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And so what happens? You become inconsistent. You drop it thinking there's something else easy out there to do.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. So how is your when you're lighting, do you experience where, like yesterday I know you were really struggling. I liked your article yesterday that even after I even told you, forget about it, don't beat yourself so hard.
Yeah,
we can do it on Saturday over the weekend. But I didn't know that you have a rule that you need to post every single Thursday. I didn't know that.
James, I didn't want to tell you about the rule because I knew if I told you about the rule, then you'll have to push me to do it every day. So I was like creating room for me to be inconsistent.
Yes.
But now that you know about it, I know there's no getting away with it.
Yes.
So when I called you yesterday, I remembered the conversation we had last week, and you said there is nothing like writer's block for you.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I had found a new word to explain my struggle, but then you told me there is nothing like writer's block. And you told me, what did you say? You said writing is talking.
It's like talking. The fact that if at some point you fail to speak, you're not talking, then I can understand writer's block. It's when you light is like you're talking.
Yeah, it's not easy for you.
I know it's not easy to light, but
it's not. You've been writing for a long time, and you've been doing that consistently. But yesterday, so yesterday when you told me you take it easy, don't beat yourself.
Yes.
Just you can do it over the weekend. Then when I was leaving our station yesterday, a friend of mine called me. You know him, he's called Daniel.
Daniel. I think I saw him online.
Oh,
hi Daniel. Hope you are well.
Yeah, so he called me and asked me, you've not posted a blog today, and I knew I have to do it. So when I took my laptop to type, I was tired, I was exhausted, I didn't have content, I didn't know what to write about. And then I remembered the discussion we had about vulnerability. Do you remember? And we said, I think I also had a preacher called Ben Carson saying this, that as a leader, people relate more when you're real. Relate more to you when you're real. Sure. But when you're always showing them the perfect you're always showing them, the perfect you that doesn't struggle.
Doesn't make mistakes.
Doesn't make mistakes. They don't relate.
Yes.
So I decided to just be vulnerable. I just had to, feel whatever, feel the exhaustion and, just write whatever came to my mind.
Sure.
So I shared my mind.
That was good. I stood up.
You did.
That's good. If you've not visited Fridah's blog, you should. Fridah.wordpress.com. It's got nice content. You should visit and read some of our works. You understand why I stood up to read what she wrote.
I should have watched you read standing up.
It's like, what? This is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think consistency
is key. It's
key.
For example, the reason why consistency is, I'm so passionate about the word consistency is I started, the inspiration to light in 2011. That's when I opened my first blog. But then we were calling it Blogspot. It was no WordPress. It was Blogspot by Google. So I created my account. I was not successful. I wrote nice articles, then all of a sudden I dropped. Then again, I opened a WordPress. I light. This is 2011. You light, you drop. You light, you drop. Why? I do not know. Because maybe I was looking for those likes and those comments and all that stuff. I was not sure forthcoming. So I dropped. I don't know why I dropped. But I know I was not consistent. So fast forward in 2019, I realized, man, I've been sitting. And you know what? Let me say this. Some of the guys who we started lighting blogs with, one of the person who was commenting on my posts is Gafla Kenya. I don't know whether you know that site.
I do.
Gafla. That was a guy, he was starting the same time. When I look at Gafla now, it's kind of, it's a popular blog now. Actually, it's one of the most popular blogs around, Gafla. And so I stopped. And that's why I said consistency is very key to me. And Fridah, last year, I started lighting again last year, and there's something I told myself, that I'm not doing this to stop. If there's something I will not be doing even 10 years from now, I'm not doing it. So everything I task myself to do, I should be willing to even do it even 10 years from now. Right? What happens is that, you write an article and no one comments. No one even likes your article. Sometimes it's like, unaandika for what? You can ask yourself those questions. Why are you lighting if there's no one who is reading? But you see now, when I started being consistent lighting, in 2019 I started around mid the year. So I was lighting maybe one article per week or two articles in a week. And then I started getting, the more frequent I am, it gets, my statistics were booming. I see people are reading. I could go to statistics, see all guys from India, US, France, all these guys reading, and I'm like, wow. At some point I realized I have guys from 52 countries reading my blog.
Wow,
somehow
that's huge.
And my stats were growing. And I'm like, wow. Even if I'm not getting the like, there's someone who is reading what I'm writing, and that person is getting encouraged. So other than learning for these likes and all these comments and all that stuff, I remind myself, why did I start? Why am I writing? Even if it's one person who's gonna read my article and tell me, James, that article motivated me, that article challenged me, challenged the way I think, that article made me think differently, I'm good to go. So I will not stop. So I have to be consistent. Right now, it's huge. I get so many comments, people, commending, telling me your article was boom. Sometimes I asked, which article has blessed you so much? I've written that I encouraged you, as and guys all responded. They told me, wow. And I was like, wow, guys are reading, so I can't stop. I have to be consistent. And like last time you told me, whom do you write for? The first person I write for is me.
Wow, I like that.
Yes,
I like that.
because when I'm writing, I'm also talking to me.
Wow.
And it's building me up. Before it builds Fridah, it has built me. And I've been speaking about college. Like, I have so many articles on college, and what has happened now is I've become more bold by the virtue that I'm sharing about being brave.
Yes.
I become more brave. I don't know. I would never stand in front of a camera and speak. I didn't want cameras.
Yeah, that makes the two of us.
Yes, but you see now what happens?
Yeah.
When you speak courage, you gain courage. Yeah. Today I posted consistency. The fruit of consistency is consistency.
Nice.
You get more, you become more consistent. You become more consistent. And that's why you shouldn't stop because there's a challenge.
Sure.
You write, no one cares. No one cares what you wrote, but you have to keep on writing.
Yeah.
Everything, you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you do it, James? How do you write a blog every day?
I think it's it's so easy. By the way, I never struggle. There's time where you are tired, you don't feel like writing, but most of the time I wouldn't say that I struggle to write, because Fridah surrounding us every time there are inspirations. When I see you, it's an inspiration. When I see you doing your work, it's an inspiration. When you go on the road, you're walking, you see inspiration. You see kids playing, you see inspiration. When you see people, laughing, you sense joy. You feel joy in the world when you see people, you know, everything, everywhere. When you see infrastructure, huge infrastructure, it motivates you.
Yeah.
At the same time, you feel people are not, you know, people are struggling, and you ask yourself questions. Why did that person start that business and is not pursuing it now? Why? I think that was a good idea. Why did you drop it? You know, some of these things inspires you to start thinking. You're like, wow, that is inconsistency. I think it's what is killing us. I think that's what is affecting us, especially young people. We start something, we don't want to pursue it, we drop it, hoping to get something else. That is inconsistency. I've been there, I've tried to do things. I've not been consistent.
That reminds me,
yes.
So many people are talented,
so
but
many.
Not many of them are achieving what they want to achieve.
That is it, Fridah. Talent alone is not enough.
Talent alone is not enough
to guarantee you success in everything or what you're doing. Yes, there's that aspect of hard work. Let's talk about someone we know. Keep jogging. You know, yes, Eliud. And you know, for us, I think we only see him doing the marathon, and everyone shouting and say, "Wow, this is amazing!" You know. Everyone in the world celebrates the person, but I wish the guy can tell you what he has been doing in oblivion, where no one is watching, where no camera is allowed him. He's doing a lot.
Yes, that's true.
Yes, and I think that's the basic that we get hidden from us. We don't see the hard work, we only want to see the results. Yes.
So that means you don't need to do many small things. You only need to do one thing and do it consistently, and over time it blows up to become something great.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Amazing.
Learning.
Amazing. So when it comes to lighting, on everything we are doing, I think the bottom line is that we have to be very consistent.
Yeah, sure.
We have to be very consistent. Very consistent. And you know, freedom, for example, initially, you know, I'm doing so much lighting, so we can't talk about lighting so much. And sometimes you set a goal for yourself, and sometimes you've noticed that maybe the strategy that you had adopted is not working. Other than changing the goal, you change the strategy.
Nice one.
Yes, for example, I realized, for example, your article is very long, which is okay, and even sometimes I was lighting a very, you know, huge article where you take 1 or 2 days to go through it, check, you know, make it flow, you know. But then when I have to do it daily, maybe that will not be very practical. So what I do, because I have to write daily, I have to write shorter articles, and that's why every time, but I concentrate them. It's 4 or 5 paragraphs, maybe 300 or 400 words, but packed with wisdom.
Wow, like AC Said's blog also.
Yes. Oh, short. Yeah,
I started following.
Very short, but has so much information. Very conk. Yes.
Let's talk about how can we be consistent? How do we make sure that once I pick up this goal, I'm going to stick to it until I see something has, you know, I'm building something.
Yes.
You know, how do we maintain that path of consistency? How do we stay true to those goals, you know? Because I'm sure it's not something you just wake up and you do. You know, I've realized, even in a Christian walk, for example, someone will say, this year I'm going to read the Bible from page to page. And they will start with a lot of energy.
Yes,
sure. But then somewhere along the way, you realize, I am 30 days behind, you know, I'm 160 days behind. It has happened to me before, you know, but how do we make sure that once you set your mind on this, you're going to achieve it? How do we make sure that, you know, even when you're tired and you're getting burnout, how do you make sure that you stick to it and you still do it, even if you do it, you know, complaining? You're
not complaining. I think I think that's a question everyone would, you know, is asking. And how do I remain consistent? How do I remain true to the thing that I said I'll do? Because I think that's, you know, but for me, I think one thing that is helping me is sometimes when you're doing everything you're doing, it's good to anticipate that everything will not work the way you want. You know, you've set yourself for something, but it may not work according to the plan. It will, at some point, you'll find that your plan is not consistent with what is happening. You're not in control of the future, you're not in control of the past. And so it becomes very hard to continue. So I think the best thing is to anticipate that you may fail. At some point it may not work. At some point you get a discouragement. Anticipate all these things. At some point you may lack money to pursue what you want to pursue. Anticipate all these things. When you anticipate that, when they happen, it won't be a surprise. For example, if you're lighting and like you're saying you're experiencing light as block, anticipate that someday you may fail to publish. So that when it happens, you won't be surprised, really. And then you can be able to tweak your goal or whatever thing that you're pursuing to be consistent in what you're doing. So one thing for me is I anticipate a dip, like something bad could happen that I'm not able to pursue, or maybe what I was expecting a help from maybe someone. Was expecting to call John and say yes, but then I call John, he says no. So I have to anticipate these things that I can call you and the help I wanted. The other thing, Fridah, and it's huge, is having accountability partners. At the end of the day, Fridah, you have to be accountable to someone. You can live your life like I don't know how to call it is a buffalo, but I think they call it Bogoyard Wiki. Like it's all alone. It's hard to, and
it's a one-man show.
One-man show, yes. So it's hard to be a one-man show. If you don't have someone you are accountable to, it becomes very hard to even stay committed to the thing that you said you'll do. And one thing is to have some other people, who you share the same goals. You guys want to see yourself succeed. You guys want to see good things happen. And so you hold each other accountable. So if for example, the reason why you load your Thursday bro, because there's someone who is holding you accountable. You said you do this. Fridah, how far are you? So I think that aspect of having someone or you are accountable to someone, or there's an accountability group where we come and share, this is what I'm doing, these are the challenges I'm experiencing. That helps you to remain more focused and more consistent in the thing that you're doing. Yes, and there's so many things we can discuss about how to remain consistent and all that stuff, but one thing that I like most is being pleasant, like utilizing what I have. You're my bare future, na past, na nini, utilize what I have. I know, like for example, we are doing this. We have a camera. There's it's so easy to be baffled. Like, do I need a camera to go live and create content? I think I need a camera, lights, a big stage and all that stuff. But you know what? Be present. Use what you have.
Sure, yeah.
You don't have to go for the advanced technology.
You don't have to wait until you can get that big camera.
Yes, because when you do that, you never start. And when you want to move on, you always want looking for this thing, and you never, it stalls you. It stalls you and you're not able to move. So you become more inconsistent. Become inconsistent. So the first thing is be present. Use what you have. Fall in love with what you have.
Wow.
Then use it. Move on. I think that's what for example, right now I'm on a free plan on WordPress. And that's what is available. Why not utilize that? Yes.
Wow. Be present, anticipate
be present, spin a dip. Yes.
And I like one you shared with me some time back. I don't know if you remember. There's a time you were telling me that for you to be consistent, you need to keep your focus on the long term. Focus on the long term.
Have an end in mind.
Have an end in mind. Think about the bigger picture. Think about what is it that I'm trying to achieve. At the end of this, like 1 year of writing daily, what is it that I want to achieve? Because if you're thinking like that, then today you may feel like you don't want to write. But then if you remember why I'm doing this, you write because you remember. It's not about the short term. Really, the short term comes and goes. But in the long term, like now I've seen, you may find like Pastor Jeff's daily devotions, they don't have many comments and many likes, he does them daily.
Yes.
They don't have many likes and comments, but then you go somewhere with him and you hear someone say, I was so blessed by the devotion you shared last week on purpose, you know, and they didn't comment there.
Yes.
But they were reading and their lives changed, you know, through that
yes
comment.
yes,
so in the
yes,
long time,
yes,
and then I also like what you shared about you writing for you before you write
yes
someone else. So
yes, you become your own motivation.
I think consistency has a lot to do with you as a person.
Yes.
Before it goes on to
Yes.
you know, reach and impact other people.
Yes.
It does something to you. The way you say the fruit of consistency is consistency. Like now, if I keep training myself to be consistent on you know, the Thursday blog, I could also find that I'm now consistent in other areas of my life.
Yes, it's like that, Frida. It's like that. It breeds. When you're consistent in one area, you want to be consistent in the other thing. You become more, even in your work, how you organize your work, you're consistent even in how you arrange your work. So consistency, you know, bears, or the fruit of consistency is consistency.
Wow.
We are just about to wind up, Frida.
Yes, we are about to wind up.
Yes, and so two things I want to share with my view, and still something that stops you or hinders you or is preventing you from being consistent. One is because you don't have a sense of why.
Wow.
Why did you start whatever you're starting?
Why did you
start? Why did you start? Or if you want to take up something, why are you taking up that? You don't have a sense of why. There's a nice book written by a guy called Simon Sinek.
Oh, I know the guy.
You know the guy?
Yes.
Says start with why. If you need to read that book, just text me. I'll share with you a soft copy. It's a huge book. It will help you to understand why. Before you think about how to do it and what need to be done, the first thing you need to figure out is why. Why are you starting this? That is enough energy. That is enough motivation. That is enough. For example, you want to read your scriptures, the entire Bible in 1 year. Understand, why am I reading the scriptures in 1 year? Why? The how is easy. The why, you know, when you understand the why, you even know where to create time.
Sure, that is true.
You know where to get this time. You know where to get that resource you want. You know, because the why is so compelling that it can't allow you to sleep. Once you discover the why, you won't sleep. You won't sleep. Yes.
Okay. I'm learning. I wish I was taking notes.
So the other thing I would love to tell my viewer, other than having a why, is and that's what has worked for me, is enjoying the process. Other than focusing on the, you know, the outcome, the end result, I focus on the process. So you've had people telling, enjoy the process. After all, that's what matters. Enjoy the process. What lessons are you picking along the way? Who are you inspiring along the way? Before you even get the results that you need, what is happening between now and that? Because they say we are not promised about tomorrow. But today is a guarantee.
Today is a guarantee.
Yes, you know, so enjoy that process.
You know, James, as you talked about enjoying the process, I've just remembered when we just began Life of God broadcast. I don't know if our viewers know what Life of God broadcast is.
Yes.
You know, when we just began, we were not so sure of very many things. But as time went by, we continued learning. Like now we know OBS inside and outside. Like
we even train now. Yeah,
we are now consultants. You know, we've known how to handle crises. You know, we've had a lot of fun. You know, now we can even laugh back at those days when we had crises. So it's very important to enjoy
the process. The process.
Yes.
That's huge. Once you enjoy the process, that's all that matters. Actually, you know, you discover so many things, you feel as if you've achieved everything you wanted.
Yeah, sure.
Because when you constantly, you know, focusing on the pleasant and what you're learning and the, you know, the process, you're picking so many lessons and they're building you up. They're building you up along the way. So kabla the final result comes, man, you've grown.
And you know, do you remember some time back, Pastor Jeff telling us that when you're growing, when you're growing, you don't feel it.
You don't.
James, you don't wake up one day and think, I have added 2 kgs.
Yes,
I feel like I've
yes.
added 2 kgs.
You don't. Yes.
As we continue eating daily, taking a balanced diet, exercising and all that, that's when you discover,
wow.
One day you wake up and wear your t-shirt and it doesn't fit you anymore.
Yes.
So consistency, when you're consistent, you are growing, even if you don't notice that you're growing. Even if nothing in you tells you that there's growth taking place, but there is growth.
Yes. Perfect. Fridah, we need to wind up. Such a pleasure to have you guys. We hope the conversation is beneficial to you. We'd really love to hear your comment. I don't know what guys are saying.
Hey, we have very many comments here.
Yes.
I am seeing Diangoy Daniels says, tuned in, good job.
Yes.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes.
Then Felix Moraga says, take notes. Your body is the only house for your spirit, so take care of it. That is true. And he also says, I think so many of us are building chicken coops.
Yes.
Instead of being patient and building castles, real ones.
Yes.
Not building castles in the air. May God help us. Then Simon Boro says, power of consistency, great conversation. Then Kelly Dafton is tuned in. We appreciate you guys. We thank you for the love you've shown us, the comments that you're bringing in, and we would also like to hear if you have questions. We want you to be part of these conversations. Even in the future, you can suggest maybe topics you want us to discuss. James and I really appreciate this love that you're showing us. James, we need to end the show.
We need to end, and just to say, if there's anything that you're going to do, anything, be consistent. That's who we are. We are made to be consistent. Human beings are made to be consistent. It's part of us, not something that we adopt. Human beings love and are consistent. So till next week, love you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let your friend know. Subscribe to our Facebook, like our Facebook pages. If you've not, let your friends know. Share with your friend this information. And also, you can find all this content. You're gonna upload them into YouTube. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, James Wetu, and link that bell so that whenever we upload a video, you are notified. Thank you so much. Until next week.
Next week, before we go, we need to appreciate the Rosa Media.
Oh yes, sure.
Do not forget to appreciate the Rosa Media for the good work, for the setup. You can see us in this beautiful country.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Courtesy of the Rosa Media and
Manuel Consultants and Trainers. Yes.
So we will leave you here now. Up until next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Love you. Bye-bye.
You are watching The Convo with Dr. Fridah and James Wetu. Convo, encouraging conversation that matter.